Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Banter Football. It is your presenter, Angeli, and my co-presenter,
DJ Sexy Spain.
Has come to everyone's attention that recently players have been dropping like flies. Statistics have shown that the record taken since 2011 up until 2023, there has been a 15% rise on players' injury cut across the whole of Europe. We don't know. Probably we know the too much games that the players are playing. The last season's World Cup, last year there was the World Cup, and it affected the players' schedule and it affected everything. Normally, the World Cup is being played after the season, between June, July, but it came about last year around November, December. So it was a roller coaster on all the players, and they kept going like that. And after the season, they just went for 1 week break. They came back for pre-season, came back for trainings, and the season has kicked off again. So there has not been rest for these players, and most of them have been going for international break. So we'll be talking about that. I want to ask Sexy Spain, please, what is your take on these injuries that have been cutting across every single player, not just in Europe, even in Saudi Arabia, everywhere? Players are dropping like flies, everyday injury, even during this international break. What do you think?
I think FIFA or whatever they call themselves, the body that
Controls football.
Exactly. I think they need to reduce the number of matches these players play.
Okay.
In England, I think they have Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League.
Then there's Champions League.
There's still Champions League.
Yes.
So they need to reduce, and after that, they are going for international break every two or three weeks.
3 weeks.
And even the international break is even boring. If we don't see our favorite, it's just so boring.
There's nothing like club football. Club football is actually the best. Yeah. So she's actually making sense, because if you check in Spain, there's Copa del Rey, there's La Liga, I think there's another one, then there is Champions League. In all the European, all of Europe, there is all this cup. Usually before, they used to play home and away on all those small cups like FA Cup and all that. But
do you think they now reduce it? Do you think they play like this in Saudi Arabia before? Me, I'm thinking they just started all this. Even Saudi Arabia have started playing Champions League.
They have AFC Champions League. They have Kings Cup. They have their normal league. I think they are imitating, keeping the players busy so that they will get all the maximum from these players. And all these things are money. When they play FA Cup, they get tickets for the games and everything. They play Carabao Cup. All these things they used to do home and away, but now they do just one game. And if you're knocked off, you go. So, but even though they are trying to make a lot of money, it is still a tedious job for these players. And you see, when the season started, someone like Rafael Varane, and a couple of other players, I'm using him because I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm closer to him. So he was complaining that even the way they extended the minutes, though the referees and the FAs, they had their reasons for that. They said they are doing that because, a lot of players, they fake injuries, they fall to the ground, they waste time. Maybe when your team is winning, they are wasting time, trying to, catch the ref. So they do this stopwatch, and you see the games extending to 100 minutes. Sometimes you see 9 minutes extra time, 8 minutes extra time, 10 minutes extra time. First half extra time, second half extra time, and with the amount of games, and that is why teams. The way I think these injuries will be curbed, will be reduced, are every team having a squad depth. If every team has a squad depth, there's nothing like first 11, second 11. But you see, coaches are adamant. Like someone like my coach, I'm not here to insult on him because I know Sexy doesn't really like him. But you keep playing the same players. You play the same players in Premier League. You play the same players in FA Cup. You play the same players in Carabao Cup. You play the same players in Champions League.
That's why I keep telling you he's not a good coach.
Even Arteta does the same thing.
He doesn't.
Most of the coaches don't.
He doesn't. I'm always complaining about why he doesn't use the player he's supposed to use. He's always rotating them.
Okay, now you want him to use the player he's supposed to use because you want to win games,
for
right?
for important matches now.
Then
your coach.
See, the thing is this. Rotation is important, in football. It helps these players, when you play one game, you rest for another game. Another player that matches the same qualities as you, if close one, they can buy players that are equally the same capacity and have two of them on the squad. When one plays maybe Premier League, the next one plays Champions League, the other one plays FA Cup, the other one plays Carabao Cup. That way they share the workload and it will reduce the workload on those players.
If the cup they are playing for is important, I don't think the coach needs to rotate them. I'm even complaining that Arteta is rotating them. He's using people that he's not supposed to use. He's supposed to rotate them, but use good players, not players like this guy.
Are they bad players? The thing is that's why I said in the beginning, I said let them get the same capacity of players. Like let's say if you have the two players like Bruno Fernandes, let's say Mount is as good as Bruno Fernandes because even when he was at Chelsea, he was as good. But since he came to Manchester United, I don't know what's happening, but we are hoping that he will pick his form. So if we have those kind of two players, Mount is an attacking midfielder, Bruno is an attacking midfielder. If the coach will use Mount in one game and use Bruno in another game, I think this will, help. I'm saying this is one of the ways to curb the players' injuries and a lot of things, reducing their minutes, reducing the cups they play. But the thing is, for we the viewers, it entertains us. That means we watch games in weekends, we watch games during the week. All these cups, and it helps also if your club cannot win Premier League, at least they win FA Cup. If they cannot win FA Cup, at least they win Carabao Cup.
This Euro 2024 that they are playing for, are they going to be doing it like this still? 2 weeks break, 2 weeks.
No.
They are going to just.
The thing is, this breaks is for the qualifiers. They have been playing the qualifiers, but when the Euro starts up, it's just like when
the Premier League.
It's just over. Like no. Maybe they will do it after Premier League. I don't know, but it's just like when they will actually do it when Premier League is over because. If they do, most of the players playing in Europe are Europeans.
Yeah.
So if they cannot stop Premier League. Unlike African Cup of Nations, they can do African Cup of Nations in January, February. African players that are playing will go home. Then the European players will represent until they come back, right? But they cannot do that because if they do that for European players, the whole thing will, it will be disorganized. So I think the Euro is going to come after the season is over. That period after the season is over, that is when the Euros will kick start. So it's not going to be like all these two weeks break. No. It's not going to be like that. It
will be around maybe July.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have had players. In fact, when Fabrizio Romano was listing the names of players that have fallen from Manchester United this season, it was more than 22. The same. Arsenal, I know Arsenal have their own injury issues. In fact, Kieran Trippier was having an argument with one of their fans. The fans was telling them they played shit the day that they lost their last game, and
for
he was
Newcastle,
angry. Yeah, for Newcastle. Yeah. And he was saying, "Do you know how many injuries we've got? Players are really angry with these things. They don't injuries is not a good thing. Just like when I was watching Manchester United game during the weekend, Eriksen got an injury. Rasmus Højlund got an injury. Now it affected even
Højlund is injured.
Yes, but his own is not going to take time. But Eriksen will take like a month.
Haaland is injured.
Yeah, but Haaland, they say he will be fit for City's match. So what it does is it makes them like it affects their game. Now before they come back, they will start looking for that form back. And even during these Euros qualifiers, Rasmus and Eriksen, which are their main key players, did not play, and they got beat. They won one game and they lost the second game.
Did they qualify though?
They qualified, but they lost this second game, the last game that they played. I've forgotten the team that they played. So that is the effects of these injuries. You check even in this international break, Rashford was almost getting an injury. They had a knock, but thank God he's good. He came back. Andre Onana had an injury. The one that is most painful injury is the one for Gavi. Gavi left. He has torn his ACL. He will be out for 8-9 months.
Jeez.
That is out of the season, out of Euro 2024. It is a very painful experience for any player. And Barcelona said that there was no reason to play Gavi in that game because Spain had already qualified. So why were they playing Gavi? And now Gavi is injured, and he's coming back and is also already struggling with injuries. Pedri is injured, De Jong is injured. They have almost all their midfielders injured. Now Gavi has joined. Now during January, they'll have to find a solution. So that they get a player on loan, or they buy a new midfielder, or get from their feeder academy, because they have very good scouts and they get good. They have new.
They said FIFA is going to, or UEFA is going to pay them every month for Gavi's injury.
They are supposed to, because they are going to have to loan a player that will help them out during the night. They have a lot of games to play also. So it is one thing to look out for. So these injuries, we have dealt with it. I think these are the advice we have for the FA. They, reduce the number of games. Reduce the number of minutes, and also rotate your squad. Advise coaches to rotate their squad. I want to chip in something. There is a new boy in town. A new defensive midfielder that have been making waves in Europe. Plays for Benfica. His name is João Neves. Manchester United is looking at him, and also I think City is looking at him. He's a 19-year-old midfielder, defensive midfielder. He even joined he's in Portugal squad for this Euro, and he has always been brought on, and anytime he comes on, he does quite well.
Oh, this guy Fernandez is scouting for.
Yes, João Neves.
Oh, they say you people don't have money now.
Benfica put him on the same amount that they put Enzo Fernandez, 120 million euros release clause.
So now get the money.
We don't listen. The thing with Manchester United right now is that you cannot tell if they are really in for that guy, and the way Bruno is pushing for him. Bernardo Silva is pushing for him for Man City.
Manchester United.
No, Bernardo Silva.
Is
pushing for him for Manchester City, while Bruno Fernandes is pushing for him for Manchester United. These are the two clubs that are in forefront. It was Man that started it. Then City joined because of Bernardo Silva. I don't know, Bernardo Silva, respect yourself. Leave that player. The thing with Manchester United, people think we don't have money. It's okay, we don't have money. Really, we don't have money.
But you people have, really, you have so many players now.
Listen, this is a 19-year-old that is a world-class player that everyone is scouting for now.
You have Garnacho. What are you doing with
Garnacho is not a defensive midfielder. If you want to talk about his position, you talk about Kobe Mainoo. That is the person that plays there. We have a very good defensive midfielder there, but if we have two of them, it's not bad for squad depth. It still solves the problem we are talking about for injuries. This one can play because there is a lot of games. This one can play and this one can also play.
Don't go to any of these Man City.
The guy already wants to come to Manchester United. It's just the money. But I believe with the new ownership that is coming in, which is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, with I think he would want to impress the fans, and if the fans cry out for João Neves, I think he's going to do that deal. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Keep an eye on that guy, João Neves. The 10-point deduction from Everton.
Okay.
In fact, I was devastated for Everton, and another reason it's not looking good is because they are the people that I have during this weekend. We are going to play Everton this weekend. I'm not saying they are going to beat us, but they are going to come like wounded lion now that 10 points have been deducted from them. It has been deducted in the grounds of financial fair play. So I don't know how this financial fair play works. I have a very little clue of how it works. But Man City was charged for numerous counts of financial fair play late last season. They said that points will be deducted, and up until now we have not seen anything. And Everton was charged for few financial fair play breaking of rules. I don't know if corruption is creeping into the English FA. I don't understand. Then Everton has been deducted 10 points, and they're actually in the relegation zone after Jean Dijk, that's the coach, have tried to bring them up a little bit, and they have been knocked back in. So they are coming now like wounded lion. And the next game is against Manchester United at home, to the same park. So we are hoping that we will win that game, but I don't know the fate of Everton. But I think FA, please, what you do for me is check in on Manchester City. You guys have already started this investigation. I heard that the investigation against Manchester City is still ongoing.
No, they've not closed it now.
Yeah, it's still ongoing. For sure. But let them wrap it up and give them their punishment. Everyone is looking at, because now you have given to Everton. So all eyes are on you, FA, right now. I don't want to say you guys are corrupt or anything.
They are corrupt. Let me help you say
so,
they are corrupt.
But I would want you guys to, when you follow something, follow it through and through and get to the bottom of it, and also make sure that City gets what they deserve, if they deserve it. So that is it about Everton. We wish Everton good luck, and we hope that
You win Manchester United this
the way they
weekend.
keep playing, after Manchester United beat them this weekend, they will rise up again from the ashes. I believe you guys can do it. Arteta being sanctioned for calling the English FA an embarrassment and saying that for this league being the best league in the world, to be seeing such things happen in the field, it's not good. You see that guy was actually saying the truth at Arteta, because the ball actually crossed the line from what he said, and everyone saw it. So I don't know if it is now wrong for coaches to say the truth. If it's wrong now for coaches to say the
Maybe
truth.
because of the way he said it. They
How is
wanted
supposed
him
to say
to
it?
be calm.
If you're
and
hot,
not,
you show your emotions.
That's the thing now.
Of course.
Of course, you show your emotions, but they don't want him to say it that way. They wanted him to say, I'm not happy, but we'll take the points and we'll go again. But Arteta was so angry that day, because this is what cost us.
Listen,
last season,
if you hurt me,
when they scored, I'm still talking about last season, because
let's talk about last season. Let's concentrate
they
on
did
this
so
season.
many things that deprived us of that cup.
Let me tell you, there have been
Now they've started again. How can you continue this? And later, if Arsenal does not carry any cup, people like this guy will start saying, we are useless, we don't carry any cup.
Only because of one match. There have been a few irregularities in the officiating of games this season. Offsides, this one, that one. Every team have gotten their own share. Arsenal got their own share, but that day it was so an emotional day for Arteta, and he busted out. And now he's facing sanctions towards it, and he's expected to respond before the 21st of November on those sanctions, and then they will find him guilty or not.
Arsenal,
and then
you people should get him a very good lawyer.
They will give him the repercussions if he's found wanting. So for Premier League, arguably saying that we are the best league in the world, and that's what everyone is saying, and we believe it. We should do better. We can do better, Premier League. The last person that won Ballon d'Or from the Premier League is Cristiano Ronaldo, and that was 2008. Since 2008, how many years now? No player from Premier League have won Ballon d'Or. Yes, we see it's the best and most competitive league in the world. But I am not seeing players that are okay. Now we know we would have won the Ballon d'Or if it was not the Robin. I don't want to call it Robin because before Messi fans attack me, but it was supposed to be Haaland. From my own sake, from my own side.
Why are you saying Messi fans are? Is it not rugby?
So it was supposed to come to Premier League again, the Ballon d'Or. After Cristiano Ronaldo so many years ago.
Why did he play against? Not be Uruguay deal with them how many days ago? Few days ago. Where was he?
That reminds me, there's something that Messi did on that match that was exactly the same thing that Casemiro did, and I forgot another player that did it, and they were being sent off last season. But FIFA's boy, he did it and nothing happened. Uruguay beat them 2-0, and they were furious. A lot of fights, here and there, and Messi was at the forefront, acting like a thug. I don't want to say,
He's a thug. He's a pretender. But if it is Ronaldo now, just small thing, you see the news will carry it.
I put it to you. So many people don't know about this, unless you look into football daily. But if it was Ronaldo, the whole world, whether you know football or not, and it will still be trending up until today. The way Messi is being protected, this is the one that brought the cameras back, that I knew that Messi is really being protected, because it was Ronaldo that did that thing. Even ordinary Casemiro, even Casemiro is not ordinary, he was arguably the best CDM in the world sometimes. So, except now that Rodri has taken over. But I'm saying,
no, Casemiro now that the Hang has finished him. So continue.
Casemiro did it, and he didn't go scot-free. I think there's another player that did it last season, holding someone's neck and did not go scot-free. How did they miss Messi doing that thing and he's still on the pitch? I don't understand these people. I don't understand how they officiate. You see these favoritisms here and there. So these things need to be copped by FA so that we can enjoy this beautiful game that we love, which is called football. So, Sexy, what do you think? In summary, towards Arteta's, and the irregularities that went with
Messi's. I hope they get Arteta. Of course, they are going to get him a very good. If it comes to getting a lawyer to represent him. They should not. Why do they want to sanction him? I think they will just fine him. They don't have any right. Why would they sanction him for what he said? Did he Did he bet? Did he do anything other than just the statement he made? I don't think they will sanction him.
That is how Fabrizio put it. So we'll wait and see.
They cannot maybe he just used that English.
That is what we have for you today from Let's Banter Football. You guys are our very best. We keep you in our hearts when we think about things to bring to you. This weekend we are going back to major football, good football, which is club football.
I can't wait, man.
It's coming up this weekend, so we'll get back into the groove and enjoy football the way we love it. This international breaks,
it's so boring.
It's so boring. It makes everywhere dull. So
they're not going for any more international break till next year, right?
Yeah. This is the last international break of the year.
So freaking tired.
And so many teams have concluded their
if Ronaldo does not score, what is the point of international break?
She's Spain that Lukaku now have surpassed Ronaldo by I think 3 goals.
Oh my
Lukaku scored 4 goals in one match.
But if it was Ronaldo that played against that team, you will see how people will start saying, small team, useless teams. If let's Argentina and South America, whatever they are called, that their tournament is tougher than Europe. Which team are they playing in Europe? This one, that one. FIFA. Messi people. Fear.
So she's really pained. I don't know. I was hoping for Ronaldo to score that day, but he ended up not scoring. He had the second goal, he was supposed to score it. So the keeper hit the ball, then he came out, he fell out for Jota, and Jota finished it off. He was happy for him. But now I think he's 3 goals behind Lukaku from being a tally with Lukaku. Or being 1 goal ahead of him, I think. Yeah. So now Lukaku is I think 3 goals ahead of him, and Ronaldo has actually scored 10 goals during this qualifier stage, 10 goals in 10 games. So and Portugal has won 10 games, so he's actually flying, and Portugal they are flying. I think this Euro next year will be his last Euro. So let's see how it goes, guys. We thank you for always being with us.
To be his last Euro?
No, Ronaldo. Let's call it spade a spade.
He did not say anything like that. He's playing. His son begged him to wait a little so that they will play together in the.
And they could play together in order. Do you know when the next will come down?
Don't worry.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We always encourage you to share, like, and subscribe. Always subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, guys, help us grow this YouTube channel. We are bringing you the best banter in football. We are trying to make everything sumptuous and succulent and nice for you. So you guys enjoy these videos, and please share these videos to your friends that love football. Encourage them, because this video is actually interesting and also educating. We bring you the best news in football, and also the updates that come with football. We have a new Twitter channel. Let's Banter Ball is the handle. Please follow us on Twitter, and follow us also on Instagram,
TikTok, Facebook.
Let's Banter Football and all that. Then you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and go with us. When we grow together. We will not forget you. We will know that you guys are the ones that supported us when we were starting and when we had nothing. So thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. Sexy, say your piece. Have a wonderful week ahead. Yeah.